G'day viewers, welcome back to the channel. It's Mel here with your host Poindexter, and occasionally Kaz will pop in to say g'day Kaz. Now, I'm just going to do, before we get into the main topic, I just want to quickly do a very quick catch up with the sticker swap. Now, this is a couple of stickers that Kaz got me from Temu. It's pretty obvious it's Temu. If I've forgotten to mention any person's stickers, I apologise. I'll have to see what ones I forget about, and I'll make sure I post them in future videos. So let's have a quick squiz at the sticker swap, which, by the way, pretty much tracks back all the way till just around Christmas time. All right, just on the sticker exchange, which I've been a real slack ass with. I haven't chased anything up since I was in hospital back in February, which I did talk to West Coast, Hillbilly, and DASSlot to get their stickers, so they've all turned up. Ryan, I've got your updated sticker, mate. Thanks for that. We even got some stickers off Harry, and also Todd. He's given me all these stickers. I mentioned about Eric's updated. Got highway slots. I've got Gref Shed. Steve, I've got your updated sticker, mate. Thanks for that. Couple more, the boobies from Brad. There's Todd's Toyu Racing. Scott's, which I think was one that Todd sent me. I've got the Slot Car Dojo. Look, if anybody wants to do a sticker exchange, let me know. I'm just trying to think if there was any other stickers over here. I almost forgot. Of course, I've got the updated Scott, your sticker, mate. Also, there's Jim's, Jim's Slot Car Obsession. Brad, I'm not sure if I ever did. There's Stevie's original one. And of course, there's all my stickers, including the latest edition one, which is this one. Which, again, Mav seems to be very interested in. So yeah, look, if you're interested in doing a sticker exchange, just let us know. All right, so what we're going to do is get one of these Carrera scenery pieces. It's called a footbridge. And this big fella, a Carrera bridge, states the obvious, or as I like to say, no shit Sherlock. We're going to get both these bridges, footbridges, Carrera bridges, what do you want to call it, and turn them into what I call a portable scenery piece. Now, yeah, people are going to say they already are, but the difference is these are going to have mods. If you follow my channel, I like to light things up. So these items are going to be fully lit. This is going to be 2 videos. Part 1 is going to be on this footbridge. Part 2 will be on the Carrera bridge. Also, I like to use the Carrera method, which is Carrera is a plug and play system. You plug literally plug your CPU, your track together. You can plug in your guide, your braids, and you can even plug in a Carrera digital decoder. So I'm using that method. So I'm going to have plug-in power supplies to light these things up. So just for, and also, by the way, this is what I call a basic scenery piece. I will refresh people's memories and I'll just show you a video what I'm talking about on portable scenery pieces for people like myself and Kaz, where we have a temporary track. We don't have a table or room for a table to put a track on. So quickly, let's just suss this out. All right, so you heard me talk about portable scenery pieces, what I'm going to do with the footbridge. Now, just to show you stuff I've done in the past, here's a portable scenery piece, nice small Castrol setup, or you can go large like this fella. I'll just turn off the lights so you get a better idea what it looks like. So there's a power supply hidden inside this container with the old 3 Rooms logo. So yeah, realistically, you're only limited by the space you can store this type of thing. But just because you've got a temporary track, it doesn't mean you can't have some scenery pieces for it. And definitely scenery pieces that are fully lit. This guy's just got a plug on the back so you can plug in an external power supply. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about by portable scenery pieces, and that's what we're going to do with the footbridge, or should say both bridges. So let's get into it. All right, so what we're going to tackle first is this Carrera Footbridge. Now, this was released back in 2009. You can still get them on eBay. I think the cheapest you can get them from now is around $55 with free shipping, and that was from some dude in UK. But realistically, you're probably paying 55 plus probably a good $20 or more in shipping. So you're going to ask the question, Mal, is it worth that money? No. What it is worth is the $20 I paid from Alex of Bonza Slots, because he had a bit of a clearance sale going on at the swap meet, and I ended up grabbing this off him a couple of weeks after the swap. So I think it's pretty much what it's worth. Now, here's a picture of the instructions to put it together. It's pretty basic. And also, here's a pic of it put together before I've done any of my mods. So I'm not going to bore you with the modifications on this particular build. I'm going to go straight to what it looks like, and we'll just quickly run through what I've done to it. All right, so my mods are done to the footbridge. You'd notice straight up that I've got my own stickers here for an event that I'm hosting with John from this place. Now, talking about DASSlotCarBox and John, of course, John actually 3D printed these white flag posts for me, because there were 4 holes here on the top here. No flag poles came with the actual footbridge, but we made them work. So thanks to John. Just for everybody's info, just for everybody's info with the flags, I worked off the dimensions of the standard Carrera flags you get on that Carrera bridge that I was showing you just before, and also on the control tower. And then to get that wave effect, as you can see there, I just used pens to roll it. Don't squish it by hand, because you'll end up creasing the crap out of it. Now, you might be able to work it out. Yep. See, there's a little floodlight. Now, that floodlight will light up this area. There's one on each side. They are nano-size warm white LEDs. And then just to light up the track, I got these chip-size warm white LEDs, because I look at this bridge and I think it's a bit old school looking. So I've gone old school lighting instead of the, the Xeon effect, what people call the latest lights you see on your slot cars. Now, remember I talked about plug and play? That is an adapter, so I can plug in my transformers. And here's one here. You can pick these locally up from like, was it J-Car? J-Car sell them for about $3. Plus they also sell the spade lugs for them. Just to give you an idea of the wiring. See, I actually heat shrink the spade lugs, so it just plugs in. It's got a locking nut with a nut with a spring washer to make it nice and easy to fit. You don't have to worry about gluing. You just drill a hole, poke it through, Bob's your uncle. Yeah, and that's it. So it is, like I said, a portable scenery piece, pretty basic, but will have a decent effect on the track, especially when, with this event, we've got a night section of the race, so we want the track to be nicely lit. So I think this is going to help it. All right, before we take this to the track and get our local expert plus the track's professional driver, Kaz, to give her opinion on this bridge. So I want to show you, look, I've got the power supply plugged in. Now the power supply that I use is available on eBay. Now these sell for, I think, $20 to $25, has free shipping. They are a variable power supply. They go from 3 volt up to 12 volt, but technically if you dial it up, it actually goes up to about 12.4 volts. So I use these. John has them on his tie true, so they must be good if John's using them. And don't forget, go check his channel out. So let's go to the track. All right, I've got my local expert. It's Kaz. So Kaz, say g'day to the viewers, Kaz.
G'day to the viewers, Kaz.
All right, Kaz is going to drive this. That is a BMW 124 scale. Kaz is going to drive it around, and we're going to show you the footbridge. Hopefully we don't get the boys in the way. And there you go, except Maverick's in the way and Goose took off. So what you've got here is the footbridge fully lit. Now that is a Carrera 124 that Kaz was just spinning around. And that is a Carrera 132 BMW M4. Both green machines. What do you reckon, Mav? Do you approve? So let's have a look at it this back in the light. Kaz, what do you think about the amount of light this thing throws off? Do you reckon it does a pretty good job?
Yep.
So it does light up the track pretty well. Like I said, it was warm white. This has got a green tinge, but this is those cool white headlights, or xenon effect, as Scalextric would call them. So yeah, let's have a closer look, and I'll just quickly tell you a couple of things I don't like about this particular footbridge. And we'll get some final comments from Kaz on it as well. All right, so just a closer look, just so everybody can see it a lot easier. Now, you can easily get a Carrera standard straight with the shoulders. The bridge will expand that, and you might notice there's plenty of room for the truck slot car people out there, clearance-wise. That is, like I said, the 132. Kaz, can you just pull that 132 car? Actually, no, take the truck out for us, please. All right, so there's your 124s. Plenty of room. Now, the only problem I've got, see how you got the plinth, or the actual footing, or plinth as I like to call it, for the actual bridge. It doesn't come up flush. Plus, Kaz, can you just chuck us that piece of plecky? Now, there's a piece of guardrail. Now, if you put a guardrail there, you couldn't actually have the footbridge. Like, if you want to make it proper, like a little more realistic, you'd have the guardrail like so. So this is definitely a con for this particular bridge. Now, this one came out in 2009. The other bridge, which we're going to do in part 2, obviously I think they might have fixed some issues. Almost forgot about this. Now, see how there's like the join mark just here? You can get what they call an extension piece to actually make this footbridge wider, so then you can actually have 4 lanes, proper 4 lanes, because if you could actually fit 4 lanes as it is, but your cars would be smashing into the bridge. So what's your thoughts of the bridge, Kaz, and just in general?
Yeah, it's cool.
You reckon it's not bad?
No, not bad.
It's good for 20 bucks, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Would you pay 55 bucks for it though?
No.
Yeah, didn't think so. Like I said, it is pretty, like most Carrera scenery, it's pretty, you know, basic, I would say. But, hey, would I recommend it? Look, if you got the money to burn, or you can get one cheap, I don't see a reason why you can't add it to your track. So, with that, Kaz, say goodbye to the viewers, Kaz.
Goodbye to the viewers, Kaz.
Goodbye from Goose. Where's Mav? Oh, goodbye from Mav. And anyway, look out for part 2. In the next couple of days, I'll do the Carrera Bridge for you. Anyway, see yous.